It's Mr. Welch again, and this is the LPSD Virtual College and Career Fair, episode number 12. Today I have the pleasure of meeting with Cody Middleton, who works for Job Corps out of Palmer. And Cody's going to give us some insight on what Job Corps is, how to apply to Job Corps, and everything that goes with the Job Corps. Cody has been in the admissions department for 2 years, and so he has firsthand experience and knows exactly what is needed and what they offer at Job Corps. So let's turn it over to Cody so he can give us some more insight on Job Corps.
So I appreciate you having me on today, and I understand that I'm coming on here to talk about the Job Corps program and what we can offer graduating seniors or people that might be qualified to come to the program. So a little bit about myself. I've been with Job Corps for 2 years now. I'm the admissions coordinator for the admissions department. So I kind of oversee everybody's efforts with getting students brought into the program. I can tell you that the Job Corps program is a free program for students that are qualified to come in. And I'll talk a little bit later about how they meet those qualifications and the eligibility guidelines. But it's a trade school that students are able to pursue one of whichever trade that they're interested in taking. And I'll go ahead and right off the bat let you know what trades we have. As of right now, we have security and protective services. We have a CNA trade for certified nurse's assistant. We have carpentry, electrical. We also have water and wastewater treatment. And we also have, culinary arts. So we have a number of trades that these guys can pursue. Basically what it looks like is that we fly our applicants down here whenever it's time for them to come to campus, whenever it's ready for enrollment. Again, that's no cost to the applicant. They're able to come in. They come and stay with us on campus for however long it takes for them to complete their trade. Normally, I get this question a lot, how long is it going to take me to be in the program? And the answer to that is it's up to you. It's all very much so self-paced. So you're able to work through whatever you need to get through at your own pace. And typically, for expectation purposes, you can expect to be here for anywhere from 8 months to, 16 months. That's pretty average. While you're here, we also offer services to, if you need a high school diploma, you can get your high school diploma through Job Corps. We have a high school diploma and GED instructor on campus. He's able to work with our applicants that were unable, for whatever reason, to get a diploma or a GED from the traditional route. You're also able to get your driver's license while you're at Job Corps. So the goal here is that you're able to be set up for success by the time that you leave. And if you think of, another trade school here in Alaska, the biggest example would be a place like AppTech. AppTech's a great school, but I'm going to tell you kind of one of the things that sets us apart is that, we offer these extra services to make sure that you're able to be employed after you leave the program. It's all fine and dandy to have your OSHA 10. It's all fine and dandy to have your certifications and say, yes, I can perform this trade, but how are you going to get to work? And are they going to hire you if you don't have a high school diploma? And those are things that we look at to make sure that our applicants are set up for success so that they can hit the ground running. By the time that they leave, they work with a career transition specialist, and it's a person that's on a full-time payroll just for the sole purpose of getting that person a job, a place to live, and make sure that they've got reliable transportation. And I've actually done that myself. I've driven my students out to check out cars and check out places to live just to make sure that they were going to be in good shape for whenever they graduate. So that's a little bit about the basic services that we provide. Some of the extra stuff that we provide, I think is really cool. We actually have a relationship with the Matsu College over here around the corner from us. We're able to send our students to college if they apply for the advanced college training program. So, if we have a student that's here and they're doing very well in a trade, they're following the rules, they're, adhering to all of our guidelines, then they can apply for the ACT program and they can actually get placed in college classes and attend college classes while they're living in Job Corps. And it's a pretty sweet deal. I mean, if you think about it, whenever they leave, they could leave here with a 2-year degree or the lion's share of it finished, in addition to their trade, in addition to a driver's license, what have you. So, I mean, we're really making every effort to make sure that these guys are set up for success. Another thing that we offer is if maybe college is not your path, And that's totally fine. That's something that we want to reiterate to our students, is that you don't have to go to college necessarily if it's not something that you want to do. But that shouldn't stop you from, pursuing some extra education, some extra credentials. So our solution to that is that we have a program where they can go to advanced training. We have students go to advanced training, pretty frequently. Those guys will get their training, say, in something like electrical. And they think, well, I'm really liking this. I want to go and get extra training in an electrical related field. We could also take building and construction technology. That's another trade that we offer. It's basic maintenance, things like that. So if they really enjoy the plumbing portion of that, they could say, well, I really want to go and get extra certifications towards becoming a plumber. I found my path. That's what I really want to do. So we can actually fly them to a center that offers the plumbing advanced training. They'll fly down there, again, at no charge to them. They'll get these extra certifications, spend however long it takes, generally about a year, give or take, and we'll fly them back. So they can come back with just that much more knowledge and experience under their belts. That's really for students that are high achieving, students that want to pursue that. But I also don't want to make it sound like we don't ever give it out, because we always have students in the ACT program, and we always have students undergoing advanced training, always. So if it's something that an individual really wants, it's something that they could get. So I'll talk a little bit about how you would actually be eligible for the Job Corps program as well, what it takes to actually make it in here. We're an income-based program. We get our funding through income. And what I want to tell you is that the eligibility requirements are age, and the age range is 16 to 24. As long as you're in the age range of 16 to 24, then you're eligible for the program. There are some exceptions to that rule. So if you have any questions about that or anything like that, then go ahead and get a hold of me, and don't let that stop you from applying. The next criteria is whether or not you need additional training. So as long as you still need a college degree, as long as you still need some sort of additional training, then you're eligible for the program. And the way that looks is, generally we don't take students that have already completed post-secondary education. At that point, they don't really hit that criteria as designated by WIOA. So we have to make sure that our students are coming here and they need additional training. They need things like their high school diploma. They need some sort of post-secondary education that's going to get them further. Now, if that's the case, though, again, don't let that discourage you from applying, because there are exceptions to that rule. And the most important bit is income. So how do our students hit that income requirement? Job Corps is a free program so long as you are eligible for the program, and you have to meet federal poverty guidelines. And what I mean by that is if you're sitting here watching this video and you're thinking, well, I have no idea if I hit that or not, there's a couple of easy ways that you could determine that. If you know that your family gets any kind of public assistance, like SNAP, or they have a Quest card, anything like that, then you're likely eligible for the program. If you are claiming yourself on your own taxes for the 2019 year, and you made less than $15,000, then you're probably eligible for the program. So my advice is if you're interested in coming to the program, don't worry too much about the whole income bit. Go ahead and apply, because there's no harm in applying, and it lets us do our jobs so that we can check it out and make sure that you actually hit the income guideline. My goal is to, let people into this program, not keep people out. So if I can work with you and find a way to make it work, then I will. So that's how you hit the income requirement, and that's pretty much the most important part. My advice is that if you go ahead and apply, don't worry about all that stuff. We have people that are paid to worry about it, and we'd be happy to take you. The other portion that I wanted to talk about today is that whenever you come into Job Corps, it's very much like a dorm environment. We have a lot of rules. We're very structured. We do this because it's a safe environment and it's a professional environment. So the things that we have over at Job Corps, we have a male and female dorm, so it's not co-ed, they're separated. There are 4 individuals to 1 room, so that's something else that you can expect. Again, there's a lot of rules. Most of our trades, they require a dress code. All of that will be provided to you, of course, at no cost. But, if you take a trade like carpentry, for example, then it's a safety thing to make sure that you have steel toe boots. So we get those to you. Same thing with CNA, then we have you wear scrubs. And again, we'll get those to you. So that's something that you can expect whenever you come here to Job Corps. It's going to be very different from whatever you've experienced in the past. I've had students talk about us like we're a little bit less of a strict AMYA. And I think that's a pretty good comparison. The other thing I want to talk about is that it's not just business all the time. Of course, we expect our students to adhere to a professional standard. We want to make sure that we're fostering that mentality. But the other part of that is that we have fun over at Job Corps too. It can be a fun program, absolutely. We have a recreational department, and in that rec department, they do, trips out into the community where they take our students out to go see a movie. And it's not like we all hold hands and go see a G-rated movie. We ask you, what movie do you want to see? Okay, here's your ticket. Go check it out. And we do stuff like that every Friday and Saturday. We do store runs where we're able to take our students on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I believe it was. I'm not sure if Sundays are still a thing, but they will take our students to, a rotating store each day. So it could be Target, it could be Walmart, and you're able to go ahead and, get whatever you need for your dorm room, get whatever you need food-wise, just kind of your time. The other thing, while I'm on that topic, is that our students do get paid. They get paid every 2 weeks. It's not very much. It's mostly for walking around money. I hesitate to give you an exact figure on that. I know what it was whenever I was in that department, but I'm not entirely sure anymore. Back whenever I was in that department, I believe it was something to the tune of $25. So again, that's subject to change over time, but that's what they get paid every 2 weeks. And that's just money for you to pocket, for you to have, for store trips or to deposit into your bank account for whenever you separate. We also offer transition pay. So whenever a student finishes the program, you'll get an amount of money for like separating the program, completing the program. Again, I hesitate to say exactly how much that is because it's different based on whether or not you got your high school diploma at Job Corps or whether or not you just got your trade. But it's a good little chunk of change that's free money for you to be able to get out there and invest it towards your apartment or a car, what have you, just kind of an extra little bump to get you where you need to go. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I can talk to you about with the program. I think I've gone over quite a bit of the stuff, but did you have any questions for me today?
Well, yeah, it just sounds like it's pretty awesome. I know some of these things that are new to me, and it's cool to hear, the opportunities that individuals have while being at Job Corps. And I know some of our students probably going to wonder, like, so when you're living there, you're in your program, are you there for all 8 months or 16 months, or is there some breaks in between where you can leave, and or can like family and friends come on campus and like visit? What are the restrictions there?
Yeah. Okay, so I can absolutely address that. So whenever you're on campus, you fly down or up wherever you're at to live on campus, and then you're there. Now you can take weekend passes to leave so long as you have somewhere to go, so long as you have someplace safe that you can go and you're over the age of 18. Obviously, if you're under 18, then you have to get parent permission for where you can go. But let's just assume that the individual's over the age of 18. You can take your weekends and you go and leave on a Friday afternoon after your trade's finished with for the day. And then you come back on Sunday. And Job Corps provides transportation to Anchorage, to Diamond and Northway, so that you can go and catch that bus if you don't have your own transportation to get back and forth. As far as breaks go, right now we're kind of in a weird period. We're doing what we're calling spring break due to the COVID outbreak. That's not a typical thing. I'm not sure if we'll see that again next year. But the only one that I've seen recurring is the winter break. And winter break happens for a few weeks over Christmas, 2 weeks, I believe, that we send all of our students home, at no cost to them so that they can visit with family. Now, if you're here and you're on campus, a lot of our students, particularly ones from out in the villages and further places that aren't able to be driven to, they will have family that'll come and visit them. And yeah, that's absolutely okay. That's just something that they have to coordinate with the staff here on center so that we can make it happen.
Awesome. I think my other, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have anything.
Oh, I think my other question is like, what other like services, like, is there um, like any mental health services or like medical services there, or is that something they can coordinate and go to um, as well?
So yeah, we have a wellness center here on campus, and we're able to provide the basic healthcare needs for all of our applicants. Now, basic, I really don't want to get into much to what basic versus any of the other services that we might provide because I'm not really at liberty to say. I don't know. But what I can say is that during the interview process, you can expect to be asked a number of questions about your health history. And based on that information, our wellness manager will make a determination of whether or not we can support you on campus for your healthcare needs. And again, we strive to be as inclusive as humanly possible. We want people to have this opportunity. So if you're concerned about any of your health issues or you're concerned about anything that you've got going on, please go and apply. That's the most important thing that I can say. Just please go and apply, and let the people that are paid figure that out for you. And we're not looking for any reason to keep anybody out. We want to work with you to make sure that you get this opportunity. And Tim, that reminded me of something. So I should have mentioned a little bit earlier that the interview process, this is like interviewing for a job. Whenever our applicants are coming to us, we're investing taxpayer money into those individuals to come to this program. So it's not just a free ride. I don't know what else to do, and so I'm just going to go and resort to Job Corps. No, that's not what we offer. This is a trade school, and you have to interview to be able to come here. You have to pass a series of 3 background checks. What we're looking for on the background checks is it's not necessarily that you had a misdemeanor or even a felony that we want to keep you out. We just want to make sure that we know the type of person that's coming in. We want to make sure that you don't have any of the barring felonies that would keep an individual from coming to the program. So I'll just be completely upfront about that in the first place. Another important thing that I want to talk about too is that we do drug test our applicants as they come into the center. So there's a drug test on day 2, and then there's a drug test on day 30. You get 30 days after that to try to pass if you didn't pass the first time. So if this is something that you're serious about doing, if this is something that you're really interested in doing, don't mess with that. Stay clean. Don't worry about the partying and stuff right now. This is more important than that.
Awesome. Well, I think that covers a lot of the things that I wanted to kind of touch on and discuss. It sounds like there's just tons of great opportunities, just sitting and waiting for them. And like you said, like it doesn't hurt to just apply, and kind of work itself out. As we're wrapping up here, what are maybe some qualities or characteristics that make a student successful at Job Corps? I know it might determine based on what trade they go into, but overall, what are some tips for them to be successful?
Absolutely. I'm glad you asked that. So the students that I've seen do well and the students that are proficient in Job Corps are the ones that come here ready to work. They're the ones that come here that have, they're not interested in being a kid anymore. They want to get to the next level in their life. And, a lot of our students, they come to us with needs. They come to us and they say, I've got to do this for my family. I've got people to support back home. They come and they say, I don't know what else I'm going to do except just sit around the house. It's those people that have those motivations that want to get to the next level in life that do well. They come here and they conduct themselves like functional adults, and they work hard in the program, and they really do see dividends. I can tell you right now that, if a student comes here and they just want to coast, they just want to try to do the bare minimum to make it through so that they are doing something, they're going to get maybe 10% of what the individual is going to get that comes here motivated. I've seen people complete this program quick. I've seen people that came here with the right attitude, with that I'm ready to work, ready to do stuff, ready to move on attitude. And they left here with, their credentials. They left here potentially with some college. They left here with their driver's license. And these guys, whenever they're placed in jobs, we're not placing them in little, in dead end jobs. We want to work with them to make sure that they're in a job that they can grow. I mean, particularly so with the wastewater trade, we place people down in Juneau, and the individual I'm thinking of, he started out at $32 an hour.
Hmm.
We've placed people with contractors and carpenters up in the Anchorage area, all over the place. So we want to make sure that you get out there and you're able to be a self-sufficient adult by the time that you leave. So my advice is, if this is something that you're thinking about doing, don't do it because your mom tells you to do it. Don't do it because your brother came here and said it was cool. Do it because you want to take that next step. Do it because you want to further your life. You want to get something out of this program. And, to that end, like I said, after we consider income and all the other criteria, it's a free program. I mean, it really costs you nothing but your time.
Well, I appreciate it, Cody. Giving us a little insight on what Job Corps is and what it's all about. And I think it's just a great opportunity for, a lot of our students or individuals, who aren't students from around other universities too, if they want to go ahead and do that. So again, thank you very much, Cody. And what would, if they want to apply, what would they need to do? Who to contact? Or I guess if that's you or someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I'll give you a couple different methods here. The most efficient way that you can go about applying right now, if you're watching this video, open up a new tab and type in www.jobcorps.gov. There's a big red button right in the middle of the page that says interested students apply here, and that will take you through all the process. You'll pop up in our computers and we will be giving you a call. If you want more information, particularly since we're on lockdown right now, I would have suggested just calling over to the center, but you can call 907-861-8721. And that will get you in touch with the administrative assistant in the admissions department. She'll be able to field any of your calls, answer any of your questions, and I'm happy to do the same as well.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Cody. Appreciate it. And you have a great rest of your day.
You do the same, Tim. Thank you.
Thanks. Well, there you have it, everyone. Cody Middleton gave us some great knowledge and information on what it takes to get into Job Corps, what is offered, and how to be successful. Thank you very much, Cody, and I appreciate it. So if you want some further information, just let me know, or you can go to the website that Cody suggests to get the process started with your application. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time with episode number 13, our last episode. We go over and speak with a member from Avtech out of Seward, Alaska. See you then.